Hi guys, today we are going to go over Shurley Chapter 9, Lesson 2. And so if you haven't already grabbed your textbook to follow along with me, please pause me and go get your textbook and then come right back. The first thing that we are going to do is classify together just as we would in class. I'm going to read everything out loud. Please follow along with me. Go through the classifications out loud. Even if you stumble over some of it, I know that we just learned about the indirect object, but let's try our very best and all speak them out loud together. Okay, ready? Question and answer flow for sentence 1, begin. Today, Dad and Mom started me a college fund at our bank. Who started me a college fund at our bank? Dad and Mom. Compound subject noun, compound subject noun. What is being said about Dad and Mom? Dad and Mom started. Verb. Dad and Mom started what? Fund. Verify the noun. Does fund mean the same thing as Dad and Mom? No. Fund, direct object. Started, verb transitive. Dad and Mom started fund for whom? Me, indirect object. What kind of fund? College, adjective. A, article, adjective. At, preposition. At what? Bank, object of the preposition. Whose bank? Our, possessive pronoun, adjective. And, conjunction. Started when? Today, adverb. Subject, noun, verb transitive, indirect object, direct object, pattern 3. Verb transitive, check again. At our bank, prepositional phrase. Period, statement, declarative sentence, go back to the verb, divide the complete subject from the complete predicate. Is the sentence in a natural or inverted order? Inverted, underline the subject parts once and the predicate parts twice. So we would have put our slash in between mom and started. And we have a prepositional phrase before and after. So we are a inverted sentence. Okay. Question and answer flow for sentence 2. Ready, begin. Mr. Miller asked Joe a question about the math problem on the board. Who asked Joe a question about the math problem on the board? Mr. Miller. Subject noun. What is being said about Mr. Miller? Mr. Miller asked. Verb. Mr. Miller asked what? Question. Verify the noun. Does question mean the same thing as Mr. Miller? No. Question, direct object. Asked, verb transitive. Mr. Miller asked question to whom? Joe. Indirect object. A, article, adjective. About, preposition. About what? Problem, object of the preposition. What kind of problem? Math, adjective. The, article, adjective. On, preposition. On what? Board, object of the preposition. The, article, adjective. Subject, noun, verb transitive, indirect object, direct object, pattern 3. Verb transitive, check again. About the math problem, prepositional phrase. On the board, prepositional phrase. Period statement, declarative sentence. Go back to the verb, divide the complete subject from the complete predicate. Is a sentence in a natural or inverted order? Natural, no change. And we divided between Mr. Miller and asked. Last one. You're doing great. Question and answer flow for sentence 3, ready, begin. Before their tour of the island, the guide gave them an itinerary of events. Who gave them an itinerary of events? Guide, subject, noun. What is being said about guide? Guide gave, verb. Guide gave what? Itinerary, verify the noun. Does itinerary mean the same thing as guide? No. Itinerary, direct object. Gave, verb transitive. Gave guide itinerary to whom? Them, indirect object. An, article, adjective. of preposition, of what? Events, object of the preposition. The article adjective, of preposition, of what? Island, object of the preposition. The article adjective, before preposition, before what? Tour, object of the preposition. Whose tour? Their, possessive pronoun adjective. Subject noun, verb transitive, indirect object, direct object, pattern 3. Verb transitive, check again. Before their tour, prepositional phrase. Of the island, prepositional phrase. Of events, prepositional phrase. Period statement, declarative sentence. Go back to the verb. Divide the complete subject from the complete predicate. Is the sentence in a natural or inverted order? It is inverted. So underline the subject parts once and the predicate parts twice. And we are dividing the sentence between guide and gave. Okay, just so we are all on the same page. Also, wanted to remind you, should have probably told you to do this before we classified, but go and watch that Shurley indirect object jingle. I should have just sang it for you. Man, it's like one of my favorite ones, so maybe next time. But go and click on that link after this and go watch that jingle, okay? And then now you're gonna watch part 2 of this video.